Oh, by the way, on the subject of videos, you were saying pretty much that the majority of that video I sent you is useless.
Well, I mean, it is something I've already posted, but I still love the editing you were doing with it.
Well, it's like, you sent it to me.
That's why I'm confused. I sent that portion to you?
Yes.
Huh. I apologize there. I don't recall doing that. That's why I was kind of surprised you had it. So I guess
Okay, so what was the last video you uploaded then?
So basically, you're very close. The last video was the Ballad of Tabby, which is where after the whole Abyss Watcher thing. No, not Abyss Watcher. The Gatekeeper part, and I come back.
The Asylum Demon, or
the Asylum Demon? Yeah. You said you had to go get a drink and an ice cream, and that was the end of that particular episode. And then the last one that I posted was basically me being weird and singing along to me goofing around, leveling up, and doing some things while I was waiting for you.
Okay,
and then
so
basically when you come back as I'm trying to cross that bridge with the dragon. That's the last part.
Okay, so I see. So then, in that case, Alright, so probably should start the episode around after you cross the bridge and stuff, right?
Right, yes. Or at least where you come back and we're about to do what you were suggesting, which is, I think, the
trading? The item trading
part, yes.
Okay, alright, I'll have to go back then and edit all that stuff out then. Yes. A real damn shame, but,
well, save what you have. I'm still going to upload it because I still want to showcase it for you.
Okay, alright. Well, at least it'll give people something to carry off from.
Right.
I feel like I should have added more commentary, like give people some context, because I did cut out a bunch of stuff. Largely, what I cut out was largely to save on time.
And that's fine. And honestly, I think most of the time there's a lot of things that can be cut out anyways. Most of it is just either continuing to grind and hack and slash, or sometimes just me just saying stab, stab, stab.
There's also
burn.
I also, considering this is raw footage, I know for a fact there were some moments where things kind of got ugly. And it's like,
agreed.
It got awkward. That stuff needs to get cut out.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was
easy.
easy.
I apologize for my shenanigans.
Well, I also am playing the game now with another new player, and after watching this video about, accessibility, and people, and, whether stuff should have easy modes or not, I've been thinking that, maybe...
Me being weird? What a concept.
Well, I think I'm waiting for this guy to finish. Yeah, are you sure you're not evil? Because I'm pretty sure you're evil.
I'm coming.
Anyway, I was just to say, I was kind of like lost my shit with this other player, as he was like complaining about having to play online, and he hates PvP, and he doesn't like having to resort to all this stuff, and I just lost it, and I kind of said a lot of stuff that could have been misquoted as me saying that, just like good scrub, if you can't, I could be misquoted as being elitist trash. That wasn't the point, though.
The Black Soulstone was a complicated creation. I sacrificed much to make it.
Yeah, go away.
The more you laugh, the more I don't want to help you.
Not very trustworthy.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Something about you weren't...
Oh right, I could be easily misquoted as being elitist or trash, but That wasn't the
I
point.
got here just in time.
Oh, okay, more plot.
What are you doing here?
Good, everyone's together. I came to tell you, I have found the lamb, and I'm ready to lead you to it.
Then the Lord of Lights will come as soon as we recover the Black Soulstone.
All well and good. But first, I will be made whole.
We're ready to do our part. Just you remember yours.
Okay, before we move on,
But no.
finish your plot.
Okay, so look, I could be misquoted as being elitist trash with that player, but I had to come back and apologize to him because, see, I don't care how people play the games. You know, it doesn't take away from my experience. You know, I'm not gonna get infuriated over. I shouldn't get infuriated over them adding easy modes because that makes games more accessible and allows them to sell better. But the thing is that it doesn't matter how that player feels about multiplayer. It doesn't matter how people who do co-op in Dark Souls. It doesn't matter how they feel about the multiplayer. If they're going to go into the multiplayer, if they're going to take the risk to go human, go into the multiplayer, and summon players to help them, they are going to inevitably enable PvP. Like, they can't escape that. So they're going to have to just learn how to fight and defend themselves because the summoners can't always do that for them. They're not always going to be there to protect them. They need to learn how to fight, or else they should not be doing co-op at all. Like, that's the risk you take when you play with your friends. That's like, does that make sense or anything? Like,
yeah, no, that does make sense.
Like, you can't just play the co-op and then at the same time still get mad when you get invaded. Like that, because you did that to yourself. Like, it's not the invaders' fault. They're playing the game as intended. You let them in. Like, I don't get why some people get infuriated when they get invaded. So when they get invaded to the point where they abort the game and then report the player and try to ban their account for doing that.
Yeah, that's only acceptable if you know they're fucking cheating. Like, if they're doing something completely like, no, this is not how you normally play the game, or this should not be happening. That's a moment. But if they're just playing the game, being an invader, they're just trying to challenge you and all that, well, sorry, that they're just playing the game there.
Yeah, that's the nature of the game. If you don't want to, like Dark Souls 2, unfortunately, is infuriating in this sense because you can't turn off the PvP, like ever. Like, PvP is a regular thing that you are dealing with on a regular basis. Like, even when you're hollow or unhollowed, no matter where you go, you're gonna get inevitably invaded. Which honestly I think is just infuriating that they took away that choice. Right. And I can see why I personally don't like it myself. I personally never liked the PvP in Dark Souls 2 because it allowed people to cheat without people being cheating. Like, there were way too many cheap tactics. There was way too many balance issues with PvP. Like, it played very much like Demon Souls PvP, where players would invade you and just spam light attacks, and armor was useless and all that stuff. And Yeah, I did not like Dark Souls 2.
Why am I frozen? Okay.
No, I actually was doing PvP on Bloodborne earlier, and you know, as much as I shit on Bloodborne, I really like the PvP in Bloodborne. Like in that pretty much you can run with just about any weapon, you can any loadout, and all of it's viable. Like everything's perfectly balanced. In a lot of ways, that's what I don't like about it, because there's only one way to. There's only one. Everything is a melee build. Like there's no real opportunities for gun builds or magic builds.
Yeah, it's very limited in that case. You can throw in all those fancy special weapons all you want, but there's only so much you can do with them.
Though some will argue, I've heard the argument. Most of the weapons in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 were fairly useless, and a lot of people just wound up using only a handful of them anyway. Whereas all the weapons in Bloodborne are actually, all of them are actually useful in their own way, which is also true. There's no such thing in Bloodborne as a bad weapon. I just wish there were more of them. I wish there were more options on how to build characters. I wish there were more I wish there were viable gun builds. I wish there were viable hunter tools. Like the majority of the weapons are either strength or skill based. There's only like 2 blood-tinged weapons and a handful of arcane weapons.
Okay.
And the reason why the guns aren't really all that useful in Bloodborne is because Miyazaki didn't want people to resort to guns, because otherwise people would just use the guns if they could just take out stuff from a range. Like that's what he said. Those are his words.
Gotcha.
Like he knew people would just resort to the cheap way out, which is why. So pretty much I don't know. To me, every build just feels the same. Like I found myself really comparing everything to my very first build, the Strength Arcane one, which was probably the best way to do it, since I pretty much had access to all the spells and melee weapons, so I had a pretty good balance of like accessibility
what
to.
Is this? Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess this guy is actually a bad guy. Now, I sort of take issue with the fact that the Covenants don't really function like Covenants in Bloodborne, but and I kind of wish that there was a stronger emphasis. I kind of wish that the Executioner in the Vile Blood thing worked a lot better than how it really did.
The souls of many demons, or even
like, if you're going to go to the effort of like making Executioner sort of a thing, you could have given them a ranking board. Like the Vile Bloods and the League have ranking boards, but none of the other Covenants do.
I could have helped all men become Nephilim and ushered in a golden age. But my Herodic brothers could not accept man's true destiny.
I could never accept that. They could never accept my true destiny, which is why I'm evil.
Under eternal God, I can only hope that the world does not forget the cool.
I'm sorry. I should probably be paying attention to the game.
Undisturbed beneath the shifting facts.
This is just kind of fun to talk about, though. Overall, But yeah, like, you can't like if you're gonna play co-op,
no.
you're just gonna have to accept that you're just gonna have to learn how to. You're gonna have to, ironically, learn how to fight other players. Because how else are you expected to survive the online play if you can't be bothered to learn how?
True. Yeah. Ah! Nope. Stop! Give me them power. Back. Oh god. I'm in a bad space.
Uze the Doomed. Uze! That's
my dear sweet cousin Noomse.
He is Uze the Doomed. Hey, Dord Image 69 wants to join us.
Technically say private, but I mean, if you're fine with that, I suppose we could allow some other people to.
Well, having a third player will give us more loot. I'm assuming he's watching the stream.
That depends. If that is true, please with the real, what was the name? What was the name, Wrath?
Wait, what?
Who did you say wanted to join?
I'm half tempted to leave too. The kid was rubbing me the. I don't know who this is, but he's on my friends list.
Huh.
His name is Mystic Wolf 69. First, I'm going to invite him to the. I'll bring him in as long as.
Yeah, just be forewarned. If people do join our games, we do require some moderate respect and courtesy. Like, you can have opinions, just don't try to drive it. You know, I'm so bad at trying to say what I'm trying to say here.
I see.
Well, you check that out.
I'm gonna check. Yeah, he's somebody that I actually played with at one time on. He's one of my Diablo, one of my Destiny 2 buddies.
Huh. Tyrek says, also right now the cat is looming over the top of the laptop screen, staring, judging.
I don't know if he's joined in the game yet, but let me see.
Okay, so that was it. Oh.
How do I invite friends? How do I invite friends? Oh. Wait, what? Oh, he's a level 2?
That might be a bit of an issue there. mean, granted, if you want to stay as far back as you want, then you can soak up all the shun from our shining force of shredding. Okay, I'm gonna stop that joke. I can't do it.
I don't even know if he can.
I'm gonna take a sneak peek down in the terminus. Oh, that just takes us back. Nope.
Even after everything we've
You doubt.
I tried inviting him to the chat party, but he hasn't like accepted the invite. Anyway, where are we? What's going on?
The teleporter that's on your right, it just takes us back to the terminus. So at this point,
so
I guess
are we done? Are we done this?
Yeah, we were done with that area, so now we're going to the right one that opened up in the storm halls.
Then again, like bringing in a third party member would boost our experience, as the monsters would get a lot tougher.
Oh god, no ice, no ice!
I was invited to see what'll happen.
All in mud. Okay, now they're just coming to the right. Give us a moment to breathe. Oh god. And bye. Oh dear. Okay, everything burns. They're self-exploding. They're self-exploding. That's gold.
He might be. I don't know what he's thinking, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out like he thinks it is. Like he's free to join us, but I'm.
Yeah, if you just don't expect to be able to really help us out with the battles so, at this moment.
Okay, and this is Mystic Wolves, right? Haven't we done stuff before? Right. Leviathan. Yeah, that was years ago, I think.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was like. Oh, cool. How have you been? That's good. That's very good.
Also, hello there, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, what do you prefer to being called? Okay, Mystic. Well, it's I don't know how much help you're gonna be here, Mystic, because did you just start Diablo 3? Oh, do you?
Oh.
Okay. Sure. We're in Act 2 right now. we're actually in Act 2 currently, and this is like our first. What the hell?
Ooh, multiplayer bonus 10% maximum friends member. I couldn't read all that. You have joined the game with a higher level character. Oh, okay.
Well, since you seem like a veteran for this, then, do you mind? Can I mind asking you is there a way to kill the Nemesis? Oh, okay. Oh, so
that
it's one of those.
Oh yes.
So it's intentionally designed to kill you. It's not designed. It's. Well, why?
Designed to murderate.
Well, is it because the game, like, is it because people complained about how easy the game was, and so they added the Nemesis to kind of occasionally jump in and kick your ass?
Oh.
We all agree that the end times are upon us. But do
I see.
believe that Belial and Asmodan?
You know, I've heard this before. I've heard that the end times have been upon this for like 2 games now. So I'm not inclined to believe you, whoever you are.
And Path of Exile, observe Diablo 3. Hey there, Mega.
He bleeds sand and his laughter mocks us. There is only one course of action left to us. We will separate his body and his head and hide the body within the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, okay. So, I see. So, okay, that's... I don't know, he's popped up in single player for me.
Oh darn, I missed the party.
I kind of wish they brought back the Druid. The Druid was fun. That was my main in Diablo 2.
Okay, so we didn't fully explore part of the bottom, but I have a feeling it's not going to be much. Okay.
Well, I think we entered the realm of shadow through the tunnel. Oh, so this one. Wait, no.
Realm of Shadow.
Oh.
Spooky. Everything looks like it's on fire.
You know, I really don't know if I can trust you,
Kill.
I think he's gonna betray us.
No, we're talking about the undead wizard that we're trying to get, like, resurrect or so. Yes.
Okay.
I gathered. I also have a sneaky suspicion another one of our party members is not who they claim to be.
Fails.
That's fine, I'll keep that bit of surprise. Ah, Bloodface the Slayer.
I will say that I kind of understand. I do honestly understand Tyrael's motivations for like becoming mortal, but I'm still gonna say it's still a stupid plan. Like, he did wind up like making himself vulnerable.
Ah, stop.
Okay.
So there's more than just he disagreed with the actions of his fellow angels?
Well, I know for a fact the second game ended with him destroying the World Stone to protect the Earth, and the rest of the angels didn't like it, and they put him on trial for it. which he just kind of like spat. Wait, well, the angels wanted to, God and the angels wants to destroy humanity? I thought they were on ours. I thought. Wait, is this not like our heaven, our afterlife, our heaven and angels, where they're?
Didn't even think so.
Oh, that's okay. So they're just like,
it's a different crafted
Okay.
universe where our interpretations of heaven and hell creatures are just another realm, and that's it.
so they're just a realm of supernatural beings that coincidentally we're kind of caught in the middle of this battle between them and the demons. Then. Right.
Well, that's an interesting thing in regards to Leah, then.
No, it's actually worse than that. But you'll find out.
Quest complete.
I understand. But we are more alike than you know. We have both tasted what it is to be Nephilim. Join with me, and we can become the masters of
You kind of missed out on me geeking out over James Hong being in the game.
misjudged me. Do not do so again.
Is that it?
Mocks my every
Other than a
step.
journal.
I try to shut him out, but his chattering is
All right.
ceaseless. He takes
What was
joy
over
in
here?
daunting me. I will not rise to the bait. I will not give in to him. I long for the silence that will come once I secure his head away.
Well, technically, there is no real limit. There is no real end, is there? Because you keep getting infinitely stronger. Like, the torment has no cap to it. Like,
Oh, that was it. Oh. Good head. Good head.
right.
I have
Nice.
retrieved Kulle's body from the realm of shadow.
Then let me begin the ritual. But I'm warning you, Kulle. You'd better not cross us.
He's gonna cross us.
You are surrounded by deceit, young one. I am the least of your concerns. Concentrate, Leah. Soon now. Just a bit longer. Just a moment. Almost. Yes.
I'm not liking how that was going.
My blood thunders within me. This fetid air fills my ravaged lungs. I am alive again.
You're welcome.
We have fulfilled our part of the bargain. Give us the Soulstone, Kulle.
Very well. The bargain stands. Quickly, to my sanctum.
To your wait, what?
I'm guessing he just laughs evilly every single time he Wait, so where do we go?
You should follow Kulle into his sanctum before he changes his mind.
Okay, fine. We go.
At long last, I can complete my life's work. All will tremble at my power. What is this?
Uh-oh.
How has this happened? The souls of the dead lords of hell have been absorbed into the stone. Abandon your quest, Nephilim. Your allies seek only to control you. With the power I offer, you and I could rule over all creation. No. Give me the stone or face me.
Oh, so now we're just fighting him. Did we just kill him? Okay. Oh, guess who showed up?
5 lords of hell now reside within this stone. Adria, you must tell us the whole truth of the stone.
20 years ago, during the darkening of Tristram, Cain told me of Zoltun Kulle's profane soulstone.
That's why you left me. You went to mark the demon's souls so that they could be drawn into Kulle's vessel.
Yes, my daughter. I have sacrificed everything for this.
I still don't trust you.
Ah, damn. Hold on. I gotta warp back and sell some stuff in order to get more stuff.
I'm carrying too much.
Aw.
Damn them.
Same here.
I am not ready. Too much of my power is invested in the stone's creation. I must finish it. The future of mankind depends on it.
I need to go back.
Tyrek says, "Yeah, he evil. Smite the evil."
New goods today.